There we go, look at that. No formation lap here. 5 lights are up here at Spa. Out they go, and hopefully away the car goes here very shortly. The game is the buggiest thing in the world, though, and desyncs all the time. There we go. The cars have come away from the starting line. Looking pretty good here. Largest Goose getting a better start here than last time. Gold goes around the outside in the Alpine car. We've got Goolsey there in third. Now into fourth as he's been tapped by the Mercedes on the inside. Sturmer there accidentally tapping Goolsey. Not quite seeing him on the outside of track there. Goolsey down into P13 as a result. Can he climb up through the field? That's fine, because he was definitely 100% stuck there. There was no way he was getting out of that situation. Noku then in fourth place. You saw Matthew there just give a little bit of a nudge there to Stein maybe as we're coming into Les Combes. It looks like Stein's having some network issues potentially. The car seems to be juttering just a little bit more than usual. Memphis then goes up the inside of Matthew. Stein as well. Both cars through and up into P6 and 7. Looking pretty strong across the board here for these drivers then. Matthew getting over, or looking to try and get back past Stein here and retake P7 away from the Haas car. Has a look down the inside of Pouan, decides against it though. Probably the sensible course of action there. Stein then around the outside of Matthew, coming around the exit of Pouan, down into the Fagners we come then. On those brakes, Stein into 6th place after quite a good recovery there on the brakes, but made the ultimately safe decision to stay behind and maintain just 1/10 between himself and the car behind. He probably perhaps knows that the DRS now being enabled, he'll pick it up here at the top of Radion and look close along this Kemmel straight. Most likely we're going to see the overtake happening here. DRS wing wide open on the Alfa Romeo. Mercedes moves to the inside to defend. Alfa Romeo though carries just too much straight line speed, gets the move done way before the braking zone into Les Combes. A lovely move then from Noku. Up into 5th place he goes. It's going to all depend on the line here through Radion. Stein looking good and solid through there. He might actually get it done here on the brakes into Les Combes. It doesn't look like he's going to get it done before the braking zone, so he's up to the inside of the McLaren car. You can see the Haas there just nosing his way through, manages to get the position. Sharp giving way to the car inside. Probably thinking, again, safety is paramount. See how this plays out in the long run, but the mediums are going to be a hell of a gamble. So then on the restart, Gold doesn't get the best of starts there. Goose takes advantage of it and goes up the outside of him towards the source. But the Alfa Romeo down the inside of both. Noku then up into P2, runs it very wide. Unfortunately, nearly gets the position. Doesn't quite manage to hold on to it. So it still remains Gold, Goose, Noku for the top 3. Big up Shah just behind and Sturmer behind him. Looking strong for these top 3 though as we come through Eau Rouge. Looking very nice indeed. Don't forget DRS will not be enabled for the next couple of laps or so, thanks to the safety car, so it's going to be down to sheer setup speed. The Alpine holding an incredibly defensive line. Rebel goes to the inside, but the Alfa Romeo again tries to go around the outside there. Noku really struggling to find a nice line around the outside of that. Noku then currently alongside the McLaren of Big Up Shah, looking to try and take P3 and has done so before the braking zone of Les Combes. A lovely move then from the Alfa Romeo driver, and he's given himself a little bit of pressure relief from Stein from behind. Now Big Up Shah has to worry about the defence from the Haas behind. Looks like Stein is going to make a move around Big Up. Can he find a way through? Not here at Ravage. Shah now up 6 places, as is Mystical from their qualifying positions. Shah picks up his first penalty of the day. 3 seconds for multiple warnings of corner cutting infringements there. You can see Stein making a move, having a look around the outside maybe, not quite making his way through though. Noku down into P5. Looks like he's had some issues, but is back underway. Restart number 2 here tonight at Spa. Hopefully these drivers can pull off again. We saw Gold slow off the start last time. It looks like he's relatively picked up the pace, but Noku still gets a fantastic restart launch around the outside of him at the source. Looking for a switchback underneath the back of the Alpine if he can. The Alpine though runs a nice wide line and forces the Alfa Romeo to make a different decision. Thankfully though, Noku up into P1 after that quite intense battle with the Alpine there at the start of the field. You can see Stein here closing in onto the back of Gold's Alpine as well, looking to try and take away P2. Will be very interesting to see if he can do that. Sturmer's picked up 3-second penalties for exceeding the track limits too many times there. An unfortunate way to start your race. Piggy Lad just a couple of tenths off the back. Looks like Piggy Lad's back into his seat now, thankfully. And is going up the inside of the Mercedes. Almost touches wheels with them, but manages to get the position done there. 6th place goes to the Haas car then. Goolsey closing in onto the back though. Stein just 4 tenths off the lead 2-pack. Looking to try and find his way up even further onto that podium. He's already secured P3 for now. Shah just 3 tenths behind, but suffering a 3-second penalty as well. So the car behind Shah just has to stay within 3 seconds and will guarantee his position. Steins predicts that Stein's going to win this. Softs will blow up and the hards will be too slow. Definitely going to be an interesting An interesting end to the race here. Let me get the tyres back up here. You can see that Stein going to the outside of Gold here, looking trying to make his way up into P2. Has successfully done so. That's Big Up Shah joining in the pack now, though. So now it's a three-way fight for P2. Noku, though, absolutely dusting everyone on those soft tyres for now with a 2-second gap. However, he's going to need a hell of a gap if he's going to maintain that lead on those soft compound tyres. As Griever said in the chat here, those softs are likely to just go bang. Stein being forced wide there by Gold, managing to keep the car under control though. For P2, it's Haas versus Alpine. Can he find his way through? He's gone purple in Sector 2 there on the medium compound tyres. Absolutely all over the back end of this Alpine car. Looking like he's going to make a move around the outside of Blanchimont maybe, like we saw him do earlier in the race. Will he be able to get around the outside of that Alpine though? Not quite. It's going to be done onto the braking zone of Bus Stop or La Source, like we saw him do Dambrov's. So then, on the braking zone, using that opportunity to make up as much time as possible. On the exit of the bus stop now, up to that straight. DRS wing wide open, both cars. The Alpine opened slightly earlier though. The Haas then to the outside of turn 1. Stein with a new fastest lap of the day, a 1:47.128. Doesn't quite manage to get the position done on the outside of La Source there, but manages to look for a sneaky switchback side by side now as we come up towards Eau Rouge. Haas then up into P2 here at the start of lap 20. A phenomenal section of moves there. And completely outplayed the Alpine car there in defence. So then, for the first time here in Division 5, Stein takes pole position and the win, or second position from qualifying, and the win here at Spa. A phenomenal performance from him tonight. E. Dambrov's in second place for Red Bull. Gold then will finish up in P3 after today's race. Fantastic situation for them.